Listen, I don't want my whole life to feel like I'm just waiting for the next thing. We live in a world that is constantly selling solutions to any problem imaginable. But I'm starting to think that the things that we're after cannot be purchased.
Life move fast and you do what you want. I get tired doing what I want.
Welcome back to my corner of the internet, where I am sharing my wash day scenes and also exposing what's on my heart. And I wanted you to meet me right here in this kitchen where I'm making flaxseed gel. And to be very honest, this is new for me. I've been doing it for the past couple of weeks, but in all the years I've been taking care of my hair, I've been avoiding, very much so, making things for my hair. Especially at the beginning of my hair journey, I did not want wash day to be all day. I wanted to see how quickly I could get through it. And when you're taking time to get your pots, pans together, boil water, measure everything correctly, it can take up some time. And I really didn't find it beneficial because most of these ingredients are in the products that I'm buying. Somewhere along the way, I had learned the things that were best for my hair were packaged and marketed towards me, which can be true to an extent. We'll get into that a little bit later. But if you've been watching my videos, then you know I've been struggling a little bit, just kind of at a plateau with my hair. I just noticed my hair has not been the same. Very quickly negating everything that I've been going through. Yeah. Feeling like the things that would really grow and nourish my hair before are not doing the same, or maybe something different entirely. And that's where some of the frustration comes in with hair. It's not something you can figure out overnight. So during my free time, when I'm able to binge watch YouTube's Hair Care University, I noticed that the healthy haired girls are buying things that you get out of the grocery aisle and making their own mask and gels and oils, rosemary, flaxseed, avocado, aloe vera. And listen, this is seriously not a video to persuade you to start DIYing everything for your hair. There are pros and cons to using raw ingredients, and there's pros and cons to using formulated products. I could list pros and cons all day, but honestly, I would love to hear if you have any. Do you lean to one side or the other? I do, however, want to point out something a little bit deeper, and that is not everything that we're buying is helping. Sometimes it's just the idea of care being sold to us. But the fact is, you can't buy care. Care can reside in both options, you buying a deep conditioner or making a deep conditioner. But what I've noticed these past couple of weeks making my own flaxseed gel, I'm taking more time and giving my hair undivided attention. I'm slowing down. I'm really getting into the process of making it. And the best analogy that I could come up with is when I cook food. When I cook, I get very in tune with the process and paying attention to detail, feeling the texture of what I'm using to make my food, really slowing down, really romanticizing it, feeling that difference of a homemade product versus a manufactured one. I've been wondering, what am I missing when it comes to my hair flourishing, especially when I've seen it flourish before? Making hair content, I started developing expectations for my outcomes and results. And when it wasn't turning out the way I wanted it to, I was being harsh on myself. And That frustration finding its way to my fingertips and making its way to my hair and how I took care of it. I was no longer honoring and respecting what wash day was for me. Before the expectations, before the comparisons, before not thinking that my journey was good enough, before all of that showed up, wash day to me is taking care of myself in a way that feels completely unnecessary, at least unnecessary to some. Wash day meets a need only I can feel and fulfill. And speaking of unnecessary, let's talk about this product that I got from Pattern that I decided to pick up. This revitalizing scalp scrub with pink Himalayan salt that looks, smells, and tastes, and yes, it got in my mouth, just like sea salt. It is advertised as a gentle scalp exfoliator, and I got it because I wanted to bring some stimulation to my scalp. I think it was during Black Friday, actually. It was on sale, which, you know, I guess is the best time to try things. And I really enjoyed it. If you were over my crib and you were washing your hair, I would say, hey, try this. However, I mean, yeah, I do think it's a little unnecessary for the girl with an average scalp. I would recommend people exploring both clarifying and moisturizing shampoos, but usually switching between those two depending on your hair needs and lifestyle, a product like this might never be necessary. There are these cycles in the beauty industry where problems are identified, and these can be real problems like dry scalp, dandruff, which a product like this could help. And you know what, matter of fact, this would be really good for the girls who don't wash their scalp often or don't massage their scalp on a consistent basis. These are actual concerns that should and could be addressed. But sometimes the beauty industry does this thing where they assume solutions for a concern that you might be having for yourself. And where we are concerned or have yet to resolve something, these brands can strategically meet you exactly where you are vulnerable or where you have some sort of insecurity, like the length of your hair being a really common one. Selling you longer hair by saying you need this product to get there. The harm could be buying a product like this and using it incorrectly could lead to overstimulating your scalp, causing sensitivity that might hurt. And don't get me wrong, I love Pattern down. I actually love that there's an array of products, some quite unnecessary to some and essential to others. But unfortunately, some of these industries, some of these brands are banking that you buy it all. And there are women that are just trying to figure it out. I mean, who's not in that category? Women who know their desires and trust if they buy the right thing, they will have the perfect domino effect in their life. Women like myself who've had thoughts like, if I could just follow the hair tutorial just right, or if I could just use that exact same product the exact same way that the really pretty girl with the really pretty hair did it, I'll achieve that desire. But hold on, before we get there, there's so much more that needs to be uncovered and revealed other than watching a tutorial and following it to a T. But here we are doing a little bit of both. I am sharing my wash day scenes here though, so let me just get in the hair real quick. So after using Pattern scalp scrub, I did go in with Camille Rose's Gentle Cleanser, one of my top favorites. When it gets to the last little bit, I add water to it just so I can make sure I'm using every single drop. I wanted to follow up with something gentle after using that exfoliant on my scalp. And then I went in with another favorite of mine, which is the TGIN honey mask. and my hair felt so soft after this. It felt so juicy. That's the word. It felt so juicy. After letting the deep conditioner marinate a little bit, I detangled and then went in with my Kinky Curlies Not Today leave-in conditioner. I am braiding my hair. If that wasn't clear, I feel like I haven't even said that, but yeah, I'm braiding my hair for a little vacay. Stay tuned for a mini vlog at the end of this video. Your girl needed her hair braided. Ever since I figured out I could do it on my own, I've been doing it on my own. So now you're just gonna be seeing me blow dry my hair with my trusted 𝐀𝐓 heat protectant. I wish I had some other products, but I just either didn't feel like spending the money or I just didn't have the time to go by the store and get them. Most likely both. But I will leave some of my heat protectant recommendations in my description box. But this video is more than just sharing products. It's about me learning what's actually being sold on these shelves and through my screen. It's like this constant wanting cycle where industries are perfecting how to meet you exactly where you are vulnerable or showing up insecurely. They're learning what our desires are and presenting us with ways to get there. And the marketing is only getting better, more strategic, more niche. If you ever found yourself wanting or even needing something that wasn't even on your radar before seeing it, just know that is intentional. Thinking once I have it, I'll have relief. And then that got me thinking, am I going to die in this cycle wanting something, having some type of void, thinking it'll be filled once I purchase, but just didn't have enough time to? And if that's true, then where is the real satisfaction? The kind that I can access without spending. Through consumerism, we're being taught that you can purchase care, that real care is something bought, but the real care is the part that's not even sold to us. And listen, it can't be sold to us. Real care is time, it's patience, it's repetition, it's learning what works for you. And I want to be real about hair on this channel. It's something that you have to figure out for yourself. There's no product that can replace that. You cannot buy time, you cannot buy practice, you can't buy the experience of learning your own hair. And that's what I've been missing. Not another product, but a deeper relationship with what I already have. And that's a challenge. Thinking about my own life experiences, even this one right here, this wash day, I was braiding my hair and I was struggling with the parting and how big my braids were turning out. I was not feeling it. I was trying to get those crispy parts together. I was trying to follow a parting chart to a T, trying to follow tutorials to a T, and techniques and advice that the girls be sharing on these apps. And while all of it was helpful, I did find myself wishing that I would have just did my own parting, used some different hair. I wish I would have listened to myself a little bit more. I was a little scared to lean into my own agency. I was scared to wing it, and plus this girl did this in this video and it turned out awesome for her. Her results are amazing, so why not just follow exactly what she's doing? But her results weren't my results. But at this point, I wasn't going to beat myself up about it. I definitely wasn't about to take it out and try to start all over again. I took the experience for what it was and made a note of it so I could remember this exact feeling for the next time that I'm feeling scared about trusting my own gut versus a tutorial of the girl that really seems like she knows what she's talking about. Me using a parting chart to tutorials and like trying to do it to the T of what everyone else is doing, I think that kind of set me behind. So I made the best with what I have, and you can see these braids are not perfect at all. They did what they needed to do. They served the purpose that I needed them to serve. And plus, one pro that I can admit to with DIYing is it can be more cost efficient. But just know this is not a hair tutorial video. If you're watching this long, I'm sure you didn't stay for a hair tutorial anyways. I believe there are enough hair tutorials out here. I did want to be a visual representation of someone still trying to figure it out, still learning as they go, watching tutorials and not getting the same results that I'm seeing on my screen, and still allowing my process to be messy as f, and sometimes the results being just as messy. And while sometimes it doesn't feel worth it, other times it is worth it, because I know the things I'm asking for from my hair, that being strength, flexibility, endurance. I can say that I've poured those things into my hair, and it won't be too much to ask for that back. And I think that's when I realized the satisfaction wasn't even in the braids turning out perfect. It was in me doing it for myself. Next time you see that tutorial, next time you see someone else's results and you feel the need to do it exactly how they did it, just pause, ask yourself, what do I want from this? And maybe it's something deeper than just a cute hairstyle. And I know it's gonna take time to figure things out for yourself, but real satisfaction isn't something you can just pick up off of a shelf. This is really for the girls that are still figuring it out, figuring themselves out, learning their own rhythms, gaining their own sense of agency, especially for my Black and brown girls, because I know exactly how it feels to feel like you're always behind, to feel like you need to speed things up, to feel like time is not on your side, to feel like if you had the right thing, you'd finally get there. Of course, we live in a time where you can watch someone's entire transformation in 15 seconds. You can see the before, the after, but what about everything that gets cut out? And if you're like me and videos like that make you feel like you need to rush, like you're supposed to have it all figured out by today. You're not, I'm not. Real growth takes something from you, which is uncomfortable. It takes your time, it takes your attention, it takes your patience. And that's why it's so easy to just buy something. When you buy something, all you need is the money. It doesn't require anything from you. But really becoming yourself, someone who has never walked this earth before, there's really no one like you around to follow in their footsteps. Learning yourself, trying to build something that needs something from you. I'm really not saying this from the outside. I am here with you. I am still figuring it out. I'm still learning how to slow down. I'm sometimes even wonder if a life without rush is possible, how to be accepting of where I am presently. This video is just here to remind you of that. I'm sure I didn't tell you anything that you don't know already, but just some gentle reminders and gems that can help you maybe refocus next time you find yourself trying to buy satisfaction. Before you go, just a quick recap, shall we? This video wasn't about products, it was about what's actually being sold to me and realizing how easy it is to fall into that constant wanting cycle. Real satisfaction isn't something you can buy, it's something you build over time. You do not have to do things exactly like someone else to get a good result. Care isn't just what you use, but how you show up. And if you're still figuring it out, you're not behind. I will be back soon because we're still figuring this thing out. If you were into this video, I'm sure you'll be into the next one. Until next time, deuces. I bet you've never seen a sponsorship at the end of the video, but shout out to today's sponsor, Not Another Hair Care. Not only have I been loving these clips, I find a new reason why I like them every single day I use them, but I've also been getting amazing feedback and also questions about when we're gonna restock certain colors. But listen, get them while you can. Also, there's a weekly newsletter very similar to my videos but in an email format. You can sign up for that completely free. Use Not Another 20 code when you check out for 20% off your entire purchase. Thank you so much for your support. All right, deuces.